right now.
Now we are. Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Hi, everyone.
Episode
Welcome.
98 of Burns and Berman.
Getting close.
I looked at the training for staff training for camp next week. I'm actually wrong. Unless if we move it back, I'm not available at all next week.
Oh, shit.
So we can, unless if we want to do it an hour early on Monday, we're off next week.
An hour early would work.
Okay.
I could probably do it. Yeah, I could do an hour early. That actually works better.
We'll do that then. 2 p.m. Eastern on Monday.
Okay.
And
that works. 1 o'clock cool time zone, and then 2 p.m. Central. 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So today we have our top 30 wide receivers in the NFL, and I'm pretty pumped for today. I made my list and everything. I'm pretty excited. And I have one player not listed on my list.
Okay.
One person that I did not list, and that is Rashid Rice, because I don't know what his predicament is at all.
I mean, he'll play at some point, but he'll be suspended, but it won't be like the whole year or anything.
But I just didn't put him on there because of his predicament.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But yeah, guys, we got our top 30 wide receivers. I have 3 honorable mentions as well that didn't crack my list but deserved it.
There are so many good receivers.
I'm just ready to roll. So first off, I think, do you have any honorable mentions or no?
Oh yeah. I mean, seriously, it is insane how many good receivers there are. This to me is the toughest position to rank in the entire NFL.
Yes.
Because if I'm looking at my rankings right now, number 21 is a legitimate wide receiver one, in my opinion.
Yeah, I actually agree.
Like, there are so many receivers in the NFL that I think are really good.
I agree. Yeah, but my honorable mentions, I have 3 of them.
All right, let's hear it.
And that is Xavier Worthy.
Okay.
I actually have 4. Xavier Worthy, Chris Godwin, George Pickens. I know you love George Pickens. I know you love him, Josh. And Kadarius Toney.
There you go.
Those are my 4 honorable mentions.
My honorable mentions, actually, George Pickens, Chris Godwin, and Jordan Addison are just.
Oh, Jordan Addison. Good shit.
Just off the list. I'll mention Calvin Ridley and Cortland Sutton as well.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley and Cortland Sutton did not make mine either. But I could start off at number 30.
Yeah,
we're going to have to run through these a little bit because we have 60 total positions. But
yeah,
hopefully we get a couple of the same. Starting off my list at number 30 from the Cincinnati Bengals, maybe not for long, is T. Higgins.
Wow.
I have him at 30 on my list. I have him low.
That's very low.
Yes, I think a T. Higgins is fine, but I'd be happy, as we were talking about earlier, how you can put players almost anywhere on this list. I'd be happy with him anywhere from 20 to 30.
Okay, fine.
Being completely honest, yeah.
Fine. I mean, there are so many good receivers.
There's so many.
That said, he should be higher than that. In my opinion.
Okay.
But
well, that's your opinion.
So many good ones where it's like it's crazy. But my number 30 is Drake London of the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, Drake London. Okay.
This is one of those players that, I mean, this is, we talked about the running back rankings. This is not a fantasy list. And this is a guy in fantasy that really isn't that good. But when you watch him, he really is. He's a very good player. I looked at his fantasy numbers just because I was curious, and they're actually pretty bad, which surprised me because he is a productive player. He's a good player for them. I think a lot of that had to do with the scheme in Atlanta, but
yeah,
he's a lot better.
I think a lot of his production is going to change the second that Kirk Cousins walks into that room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, number 29.
Zach Robinson too, the Sean McVay style offense.
Fuck yeah. Number 29 on my list. This is definitely too high, and he doesn't deserve to be. I don't know if he deserves to be in the top 30 or not, but I fucking love him as Amari Cooper. I love Amari Cooper so much.
Are you kidding me? He should be, again, way too low.
Dude, I don't think that's too low, honestly. I think that 29 is a fine spot. I don't know if he.
I think that's.
I love Amari Cooper. I love Amari Cooper, dude.
I have Amari Cooper a good amount higher.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He's a beast, man. He really is. My number 29, Burns, is Keenan Allen.
Are you fucking kidding me? That low?
I'll tell you why.
That low, dude, like that's like ridiculously low.
I'll tell you why. Because for me, when I watched him play last year, now again, as we talked about, there's so many good receivers. Like he's really good. But I feel like they forced him the ball so much. Like last year in LA, his stats were much better than he actually was. His stats were incredible last year. Like fantasy-wise, he was a monster.
He does it every single year.
But to me, it feels like he's slower than he used to be. He's less explosive than he used to be.
I think this sums it up perfectly, Josh. He got open. He got the ball. He had great stats. He had a great year. I don't. That's kind of crazy for me. It's all the way down.
Yeah, this is one of those rankings where it's not even him. It's that I have 28 players that I just think are better.
Yeah,
he's good. He's very good.
Yeah,
but I think he's just not as good as 28 others. That's more of the ranking.
At 28 on my list, we're sticking with the Chicago Bears, and I have the rookie wide receiver, Rome Odunze. I have Rome all the way at 28. I have three rookie wide receivers on my list.
I have two. He is not one of them, but I don't have a problem with it. He's good.
Fuck you. Yes. Rome is going to have a baller year. He's going to be great. And he's going to go in there and do his job. The only reason why he's that low on my list is because there's just too many mouths to feed on that Bears offense.
Fine. He's very good. I don't have a problem with you putting him there at all. He's not on my list. He's not I have him but he's a guy that I do not have a problem with being on your list at all. I really don't.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
My 28 is another guy. This one, again, it feels low, but in the year 2024, I think there are 27 receivers better than him, but DeAndre Hopkins is still a very, very good player.
Whoa. Yeah. No, that's not too much. I have him a couple spots higher.
Yeah, that feels wrong, but I look at my list and it's the same thing I said about Keenan Allen, where it's like, well, I think this guy's better. I think this guy's better. I think this guy's better. And then you look at it and it's like, damn, he's 28th.
Also, I saw an idea that I forgot who said it. If we're going to do 30, we should do like I'll say like my next three and then you say your next three. We'll do that. So we'll go 28. Well, no, wait, we said that. We'll go 27 to 25 here.
Okay.
Starting off at 27 for me is a receiver that I fell in love with, and I wanted the Bears to trade up. I think it was either trade up to get a couple years ago in the draft, and that's Chris Olave. I fucking love him, dude. He's a tank. I feel like by the end of the season, he'll be up a lot higher on this list versus where I have him.
I agree.
But he's a fucking beast. And then at 26, you mentioned him not too long ago. I have Drake London.
Okay.
Drake London at 26. I'm fine with him anywhere from really 23 to 30. Anywhere on there, you can throw Drake London. But that's another guy who I could see being higher by the end of this year with the production that Kirk Cousins is going to give him. And then at 25, I have your boy, Zay Flowers. Fucking love Zay.
Love it.
Wanted to put him higher, but I couldn't put him higher. But
love it.
I love Zay, dude. He's a fucking tank. That's the best way. That's the best way to put it. He's so fast, too. So fucking fast.
He is also, and we'll get to him in a second because he's going to be in my next three as well, where he is one of the best receivers in the NFL at breaking tackles.
Yeah.
Or, I guess,
just elusiveness in general.
He almost never gets taken down by the first guy. It is insane how good he is after the catch.
Yep.
My next three, and this actually worked out because this is a pretty similar for us. My number 27, we are in agreement, Chris Olave.
There we go. First one.
I also agree that he's going to be higher this time next year. I think he's really good.
I think it really just depends on the quarterback situation there and how Carr plays. That's all.
He's really good, though. I think he's very underrated as well.
So talented, dude. Ridiculously talented.
My number 26 is where I have Malik Neighbors. Coming in. My first one of two rookies on the list.
Okay.
He's going to be great. I also think that while I think the Giants are going to be awful. I mean, really awful this year.
Yeah.
I feel
He's
like
going to be the shining light.
I feel like he's in a really good spot to play well.
Yes.
I really
I
do.
feel like he is. And then after his rookie contract, he can either take a bag from New York and stay there, or he could go wherever the fuck he wants to, basically, and get
He's going to be really good.
Yeah.
I really do think he's really good. And once again, we're in agreement. Number 25, Zay Flowers.
Nice.
And I love it. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I want to put him higher too. I've said many times in the show, I'll say it again. I think he's going to be
higher. No shit.
I think he's going to be the best receiver the Ravens have ever had, which is not a high bar, but he is so good. And I think it's just scratching the surface of his ability. I really do.
For sure. All right. My next three, we're going from 24
to 22.
24 to 22. Starting off at 24, you just named him. Malik Neighbors. I got Malik Neighbors sitting at 24. Daniel Jones fucking sucks. Like, he needs to get freed from New York. He needs to get freed, dude.
He hasn't even played there yet, and you're already saying to free him.
Played, and he has to get freed. And then number 23, somebody who you listed a little bit ago, DeAndre Hopkins. Okay. I couldn't do it in my heart, put him that low on this list, bro.
Yeah, no, it felt wrong.
It felt so wrong putting him that low. And then at number 22 on my list from the Houston Texans, Nico Collins. Nico Collins.
Little
beast.
low.
A little low? Okay.
Nothing crazy, but I am a huge Nico Collins fan.
You see, I'm not that big of a Nico Collins fan, so that makes perfect sense. But yeah, I feel like what's it called? I feel like 22 is a good spot for him. I almost said 21 also. But 24, Malik Neighbors, 23, DeAndre Hopkins, and 22, Nico Collins.
Like, I have him. I don't have him too much higher than that, but I feel like I have him too low.
Yeah.
But for me, number 20, we are now at the point from here on out where it's like pretty much every single player I name is going to feel too low for a while. Mm-hmm. Like, for a good amount of time until we get numbers 24 all the way to 15 are all guys that I just feel like are too low on this list. And that starts off number 24, Devontae Smith.
Oh,
monster. He is him and Olave, very similar players. Very similar, actually. And just great hands, really good after the catch. He is a guy that he complements AJ Brown so well too. He really does. He is the perfect complement to AJ Brown. The dink and dunk game, he is phenomenal. He's a great deep threat. He has incredible hands. I mean, there are so many one-handed catches that he has made. That I remember in the NFC Championship game a couple years ago, that one-handed catch he made at the start of the game. I mean, he has some ridiculously good hands.
Yeah.
And he's going to be a great player for a long time. Number 23 is the man that has been screwed over by his quarterback situation more than any player in the NFL. And that is Terry McLaurin.
Damn, you have Terry a bit low for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I feel like he's too low. And it's just these guys I feel like are a little bit better. But he's so good. He's such a complete player, a ridiculously good route runner as well.
Yeah.
But I will say, yes, his quarterback situation has hurt him. Okay, true. Very true. And I love Garrett Wilson. We're going to get to him in a good amount of time from now. But the thing that holds me back, actually, I'll compare him to Garrett Wilson, another guy who has been screwed over by his quarterback situation that I have a good amount higher. It does feel like that there are
fuck yeah. I want a free soda at Buffalo Wild Wings.
What?
I want a free
Just
soda.
Now?
Yeah. Because yesterday, me and my friends went there for dinner, and I downloaded the B-Dubs app, and I was playing trivia. I want a free soda. Fuck yeah.
Let's go.
I made my whole
Let's
day.
go. Let's go.
I'm actually heavy.
That's dope.
Okay, but
But no, I mean, McLaurin, there are a couple of parts of his game that just feel lacking. He's not quite as fast as you might want him to be. He doesn't have, there's just certain parts of his game that I just feel are missing to put him higher, but he's really good. Number 22, And it is strictly because he is a rookie. I expect him to be significantly higher next year as Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean,
Oh my God, you have Marv all the way up here?
yeah.
God, I'm gonna be a bit wild then. I'm gonna be a bit wild. But
I'm not, I'll tell you right now, though, I'm not gonna hate it.
okay.
Because I think he's gonna be that good. And I usually am not conservative in ranking rookies, but with wide receivers in particular, because there's so many good ones, I was a little more conservative. But
Yeah.
I will not disagree with putting Marv honestly close to the top 15. I really wouldn't.
Okay. Sounds
All
good.
right.
Sounds really good. All right.
Next three?
It's 20 through
21.
21 through 19.
Let's do 21 through 20, because that way we can do that way we
21 and 20, and then we can kind of have like a restart.
yeah.
Okay. All right. At 21, I have the Penguin Waddle. The Waddle man.
That's low.
I got Mr. Jalen Waddle sitting at number 21. I like him.
I think he should be a good amount higher than that.
I like him a lot, but I think that some other guy who might be on this list steals a lot of his thunder. And
Yeah.
So I have him at 21. And then at 20, you just mentioned him, Devontae Smith. Fucking love Devontae Smith, dude. He is so fun to watch. It's ridiculous.
Yes, he is.
Obviously, the other guy in the Philly wide receiver room is better than him. But I think that Devontae Smith is a hell of a lot more fun to watch, in my opinion. So
I do not think, as good as Smith is, I don't think he's better than Waddle. Just comparing two wide receiver twos, I definitely think Waddle is better.
Okay.
All right. Number 21. This is a guy that I keep saying it. I feel like is way too low because I think he's so underrated. Michael Pittman Jr.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I have him even higher, bro.
He should be.
Yes.
I don't like where I have him. He is, believe it or not, I couldn't believe this. I saw this. He is 5th in the NFL in catches over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
Over the last 2 seasons, Michael Pittman Jr. is 5th in catches.
Dude, and he's only going to get better.
Yeah. And I think him and Anthony Richardson would be great. But he is so much better than people give him credit for. And I don't like where I have him ranked because I think he's way better than 21. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because number 20, I also don't like, but I have him way higher than you do. But I feel like he's too low still. It's T. Higgins.
Damn, you got T right there, dude. I got T low, bro.
Because I feel like that's too low also.
I got T low, dude.
You do. I definitely think T. Higgins is way too low for you. He is, let me tell you, one of those players that, we get a better look at guys in our division. And he is someone, man. As a Ravens season ticket holder who is at every single game, T. Higgins has made some of the most ridiculous catches in person that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I honestly, if I look at players that I have seen in person, T. Higgins has made some of the best catches out of all of them ever. He is made, in particular, ones that didn't count, were ones that were out of bounds. I have a vivid memory of T. Higgins. I think it was in 22. He made this like jumping one-handed catch out of bounds. He had 2 feet out. It wasn't even close. But the fact that he caught it, I remember looking over and it's like, he caught that, but like he was out of bounds. It didn't catch. It didn't count. I don't even know if I can find the footage. But I remember like that was one of the best catches I've ever seen. And it's so vivid in my memory. Yes. But he's really good. The injuries are what holds him back. He also did have a pretty down year last year, honestly. But he is so talented. He really is.
For the top 20, how should we do this? So we have 19 spots. Should we just keep going 3 and 3?
Well, I'm looking at who my next 3 are. I feel like my next 4 are kind of tiered together. You want to do 4?
Yeah, sure. We can do 4. All right. At 19, you just mentioned him not too long ago. I got scary Terry McLaurin. I feel like just the quarterback play that he's had holds him back so much, and he is special to watch. Very special. Number 18, I got Garrett Wilson. Kind of a same ordeal with him. It's just his quarterback play has held him back a very long time, as we talked about earlier. And he's a fucking beast. But hopefully this year he should be a hell of a lot higher, maybe even top 10 after this season, full year with Aaron Rodgers.
We got a little bit of time before we get to him.
At number 17, one of my favorite wide receivers in the entire game, DK Metcalf in Seattle.
Okay.
I didn't want to put him much higher. I thought that this was a good bubble spot for him. And he just has, because, dude, he has so much athleticism. But I feel like some of the time he doesn't use it to his advantage. And that's the biggest. He has so much. He's
not as complete of a player as you want him to be.
Yes, exactly. He's still great. Don't get me wrong at all. But he could be so much more. He has so much potential. And that number 16, Bears Keenan Allen. Come on now. You put Keenan Allen so damn low on that list, Josh. You put him so low. He's a beast. He had his second best season of his career last year, and he's going to keep on fighting, baby. Let's go.
If it was fantasy, I would agree with you. If it was fantasy, I would agree. Well, actually not anymore because he has DJ Moore on his team. But
yeah, no, Bears wide receivers are kind of cooked for like fantasy. There's just so many mouths to feed.
I agree with this 100%. I think this is insane. I think it's crazy.
I don't think it's that crazy, dude. Keenan's a fucking dog. You underrated him. Everybody is.
Garrett Wilson is so good, though.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go.
My next 4 are kind of tiered together. Number 19. This is the only player of the 4 that we are in agreement on in terms of the list, but it's a different placing. It's DK Metcalf at number 19. I mean, we just touched on it. He is as good as he is, and he is. He is not the player that I kind of wanted to be. He still has drop issues. He still is not as good in the short game as you want him to be. He's good, but he's not as good as you want him to be in the quick game. He isn't as consistent as you want him to be. And a lot of that's to do with his drops.
Yeah.
But the size, speed aspect of DK Metcalf is alien-like, as we know.
Yeah.
So you can only put him so low. Number 18, and then we touched on it. I feel like I got him too low. Nico Collins is so good. And
go Collins.
I'll tell you right now, he is the second highest ranked Texan on this list. But if he is the number 1 wide receiver in Houston, do not be surprised at all. And that is not a Stephon Diggs take. That is a Nico Collins take. I like that. That is no shade at all at Diggs. I think Collins is that good.
I think that's kind of crazy, and I still got a while until Diggs on this list.
Oh, yeah, no, I do too. Because that is a projection, not a right now thing. So Diggs is a good amount higher. But if we are projecting, don't be surprised if Nico Collins is top 10 receiver in the NFL good this season. And I think you can argue that he was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Number 17, I saw a video on TikTok the other day, and he called him the single most underrated player in the NFL. I would not go that far, but judging by your ranking, maybe he is more underrated by non-AFC North fans than I thought, and that is Amari Cooper. Because, first of all, he had the best year of his career last year. He was incredible down the stretch of last season. All year, but down the stretch, he was incredible. I don't know if I'll go as far as to say that he is the single most underrated player in the league. I don't agree with that. But he is a lot better than people give him credit for, and he has been his whole career. He's always been under the radar. And he's just so consistent. He's so consistent. He's so good. There's just a guy. He's one of those players who just can't really pick a hole in his game. But he's not necessarily a leader. I don't think you can't put him any higher, but he is real good. And then number 16, you had Keenan Allen. Ironically enough, that's where I have DJ Moore. And again, I feel like it's too low. I feel like there's so many good receivers. This is no, I think he is. I can argue with. I won't argue with having him higher. I think Keenan Allen at 16 is crazy, but if you tell me DJ Moore is too low, I'm not going to argue with you. Like there's so many good receivers in the league.
Joshua Block.
And
Joshua.
Looking at what he did last year, though, when Fields was struggling through the air, I mean, at the start of the year, Fields finished the year really well, but the way Fields started the year, I don't think people remember just how bad he was. And DJ Moore, I think, covered up a lot of that.
Yeah, he did. He was the only reason why the Bears offense was like competent, dude.
Yeah. But I just, again, it's, as I said with a couple of these players, it's a sake of, all right, well, every single player I have higher, I just think is better. It's nothing even against him.
Yeah. All right. Are we doing next 4 again?
I want to do. Let's do next 3.
Okay, next 3. That works. All right. At number 15, you mentioned him a little bit earlier. Michael Pittman Jr., baby. I love him, dude. I love him. He is such a beast, bro.
No, I don't hate that at all.
It's ridiculous, man. He is unbelievable. He's basically carrying the weight of Indy on his back.
You know what? I'm going to switch him and T. Not DK, though.
Okay, you're moving him up?
I'll put him at 20. Because he is, like, that really felt too low for me. So I'm happy you have him as high as you do.
Yeah. And then the next one, which I believe that we agree on, is who we agreed. We were talking a little bit before the show about probably the most overrated player in football, Amon-Ra St. Brown. He is fucking miserable, dude. It's ridiculous. Like, Josh was literally telling me, don't put him that high on your list because he is just overrated, just unbelievably overrated. Like, I would take so many wide receivers over him. Exactly 13
of them to be exact.
Yeah, 13 of them. Like, I just can't stand Amon-Ra St. Brown. Josh, who's your next 2? Well, we already know one of them.
All right. Number 15. It's been 3 years.
Yeah.
And, well, 2 years, actually. 2 seasons. And I have to punish him for it. Because I feel like, first of all, there's a better receiver than him on his team.
I can't. All I wanted to see was the comment from Game Boy. That's it. No, I'm just fucking around. All right, let me.
Who is your actual 14?
Literally, I told Josh.
Who is your actual 14?
I told Josh before the show, go along with it.
Who is your actual 14?
I'll show you guys. Hold on, I'll show you the text.
You can show the screenshot.
Where is it? Top 30 wide receivers. Hold on, wait. Top 30 wide receivers today. I'm gonna put him on 14. When I say it, just be like, I completely agree. It's overrated. That's awesome. That kicks so much ass. You guys just walked the crank right there. Oh, okay. Let me readjust.
Yeah. So that's your actual 14.
So then, hold on 1 second. I gotta put him where I'm actually putting him.
Yeah.
That's so funny, dude. That's so good. Yeah, oh my God. When I saw Francis just fucking outraging in the chat, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And
Francis left the stream.
I told you that was a good one. We haven't done like any pranks like that yet. That was perfect. On the money, baby. All right. So Pittman's still my 15. My 14 is Mike Evans. That's my legitimate 14.
Okay.
Is Mike Evans.
Okay.
Not much to really be said about Mike. I mean, he's just
Mike Evans. Like,
you know what to expect out of him every
there
single.
There isn't really much to say. He's just Mike Evans.
You know what to expect. You're getting. That's why he's so high on there. Is that what's it called? He gives you the same product every year.
He's back.
Come on, that was a gimme, man.
That was good. That was good.
A gimme.
That was good.
We'll get to Amon-Ra's actual rating later.
All right. But number 15, as I was saying, for me, it's been 2 seasons since he did what he did. He's been injured, and there was another receiver who came in last season that honestly overshadowed him. And I want to put him higher, But until I see a return to form, Cooper Kupp is number 15.
Whoa! Wow. Okay.
And it's just the last 2 seasons, he has
Wow.
not played much. He's had multiple different injuries. And you saw Puka Nacua come in there and do what Cooper Kupp did. Really, and for those of you that have been watching me for a while, following us for a while, you know I was on the Cooper Kupp hype train. This is not, I mean, there's a lot of people that have been lower on Cooper Kupp. I am not one of them. This is a change of opinion over the last year or so, because I was in the group of people that were telling people that Cooper Kupp is just as good as the stats were saying. And if he returns to form, I will adjust. But it's the injuries and it's what I saw from Puka right away that was so impressive to me.
That's so crazy.
But I mean,
I think that low is pretty crazy, dude.
I mean, it might be a little low. I mean, the 2021 season, you can make an argument, is the best single season a receiver has ever had.
Okay.
I mean, he was that good. That was one of the best single seasons of all time.
No, this is actually not a prank from Josh. Like, this is like
no, this is dead serious.
That was the only prank. That was the only one.
Yeah. Number 14, we are in agreement. Mike Evans.
Hey, we were in agreement both times. Both times with number 14.
Yeah. Both number 14s. But I mean, I kind of said before, so he's just Mike Evans.
Down.
Say that again?
That was so funny when we did that. You're just.
Yeah, I couldn't.
He couldn't hold it together. He couldn't hold it. Oh, man. All right. Keep going about Mike.
Yeah. Now, he's just Mike Evans. You get what you get from him, and it's incredibly high production for a decade.
On God, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
You get what you get and you don't get upset. That's what it is.
What?
Have you never? It's you get what you get and you don't get upset. That's what.
No. What the fuck? It's
what?
You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. It
what?
Rhymes. Yes. It flows so much better. What?
I've never heard that. It's always been you get what you get and you don't get upset.
What? Okay, chat, help me out here. No way. That's not.
Is this like a Maryland, Chicago thing?
No, that's just the saying. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Don't get upset. Yeah, no, that's just like saying something. It's you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
No, I've never heard that. It's always been you get what you get and you don't get upset. I've always heard that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's really
crazy. Yeah,
and what's interesting is here's you, and there's me, and then me again, then me, then you. So it's like it's like even.
That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah, that's really weird.
That's weird. All right, just moving on, I guess. You want to do 13 through 11, and then we can get into the top 10?
Yeah, we'll go one by one to the top 10.
Okay. Number 13 on my list. I had him really high. I told you, Marvin Harrison Jr., baby. I think that he's going to be a fucking stud year one.
Wow.
I don't see what could hold him back from being a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL year one.
I don't agree, but I don't have it, but I don't disagree.
He has every single tool. Every single one. Every single one. If he's not top 10 by the end of the season, I think it might be a little bit disappointing.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I think that I'll go that far. I'll go that far. Dude, he has every single tool in his bag. And he has a great quarterback with him with Kyler Murray. Great quarterback.
It's weird that I have him literally 9 spots lower than you, but agree with everything you just said.
Yeah. It's, dude, like, he has every single tool in his bag. And if he should be up here the second he steps on the NFL field.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I can't
say I agree with you, but I don't have a problem with that at all.
Okay. That's like my highest rated rookie besides Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Number 12 for me is Puka Nacua. You talked about Puka a little bit. I put him at 12. I think that's a good spot for him. And I have the other Rams receiver just a little bit higher, which you have Puka over Cooper, right?
Yep.
Wow. But yeah,
By the way, his catch in the Ravens-Rams game that he made on third down, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not, but that like diving catch he made against us. It was late in the fourth quarter. That is also one of the best catches I've ever seen in person.
Was that a primetime game? Yeah, it was.
No,
right?
it's not. It was the one. It was probably the regular season game of the year, but it was.
I remember.
It was the 1 o'clock game, but it was Ravens-Rams.
I think the Bears were playing during that time, so I was like half dialed in. But
that
all right.
What's weird is when I watched the replay of it, it wasn't as crazy as it looked in person. In person, that catch he made was insane.
Yeah. All right. Number 11. My boy, the last Bears wide receiver on this list. DJ Moore, number 11. If the Amon-Ra meme troll still stayed there, he would have been a top 10 wide receiver sitting at 10, which I don't think they'll get there this year. I think they'll stay right at 11 just because, as I've said multiple times with the Bears wide receiver room, too many mouths to feed on that offense. There's just too many. There's him, DeAndre Swift, who's a very good pass catching back, and that was not used whatsoever when he was in Philly, which it will be used in Chicago. Cole Kmet, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze. You're going to have to – Caleb's going to have to split the wealth, man. He's going to have to split the wealth. And DJ's going to get a very large chunk of it, but not enough to put him top 10 for me.
There are 17 or 18 receivers that are top 10 receivers in the NFL. There are 17 or 18 top 10 receivers. Like from Nico Collins, Amari Cooper up, I think you can say they're top 10 caliber.
Yeah.
But there's only 10 spots and a lot of guys who deserve it.
That's just how it is, man. That's literally just how it is.
That being said, I do think there is a tier gap between him and 13, 12, and 11 for me. That being said, I still kind of think he's top 10 good, but I have a whole nother tier of guys not in my top 10 that I think are better.
Who, DJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then DJ, I meant to say. Like these next three guys I think are in a tier above DJ, but they're not even in my top 10. But they're all really good. All right. Number 13. This is where I have Jalen Waddle.
Wow.
This is a player that I felt way too low for you.
Wow.
I mean, if Tyreek Hill wasn't there, I think people would be more on board with this take. As we've talked about, this is not a fantasy ranking. This is not fully based off stats. That said, he's higher than you think on a lot of these stats over the last couple of years, even with Tyreek being there. He's been very productive stats-wise. But like if we're talking fantasy football, because of Tyreek Hill, this is way too high. But we're just talking about ability. And I think he is that good. I really do. Number 12, same thing. And maybe my boldest take coming into last season about a player. Maybe my boldest take about a player coming into last season that did not wind up happening, and it wasn't his fault, was that Garrett Wilson would be a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL at this point.
Wow.
I said coming into last season, I said that when we're doing this show, Garrett Wilson would be in my top 5. It wasn't his fault, but I think if Aaron Rodgers stayed healthy, I think that would have been very possible. And that's why I have him at this point where honestly, I'll make the same take. This time next year, he might be in our top 5. I think he is incredibly good. He just needs steady quarterback play. But he is one of the most talented receivers in the NFL. And you got him at 18. I got him at 12. And I feel like 12 is too low. I really do. He's a monster. Number 11, Puka Nacua. You got him at 12. I got him at 11.
Yeah, that's
just a monster, man. He's so good.
He is a beast. And he's only going to get better.
Yeah, he is.
Only going to get better. All right, you ready to do this top 10 or what, pal?
Top 10. I'm looking to see. Before I say it, I want to make sure. But I believe while our lists have been very different, assuming that all 10 of your players, my top 10, are on your list, we have the same 10 players.
There's one difference that I know for sure, and that's Cooper Kupp.
Okay, well then who is the one that different from me?
I don't know. Well, I
What?
guess the only way to find
I
out.
might have missed somebody then.
I don't think so. All right, number 10, I have Deebo Samuel.
Okay.
Do you have Deebo Samuel in yours? Don't say where, but
Yeah.
you do. Okay. Deebo, he can do it all. He can do it all, man. Every single thing. He can run, he can catch, he can't throw. Well, that's one thing that he can't do. But he can play most skill positions on the field, and he's a fucking beast. Who's your 10?
Yeah, by the way, you missed somebody. I don't know who. It might be this guy. Is it Brandon Ayuk at number 10?
No, it's not.
Okay. And who the hell is it?
Who?
Brandon Ayuk is a monster. And I'm going to, because you're going to be number 9 now, I'm just going to tear them together. I'm going to do it together. Number 9 is Deebo. Number 10 is Brandon Ayuk. I have them back to back. They are both so good. And Ayuk is just a monster, man. I remember when he was, I think it was his second year in the league, and people weren't talking about him. And I remember NFL TikTok and NFL Twitter were like, people don't talk about how good he is. And now all of a sudden, I think over the last couple of years, do you remember that movement, the Brandon Ayuk movement?
Yes, I do.
I was heavy on that. I don't know how much content I made about it, but I heavily supported it. And he's just gotten better from that point on. He is one of the most, I still feel like he's underrated because I still feel like he doesn't get talked about enough. Athletic freak. Just an amazing player. I just think Deebo's a little bit better because of what he can do with just in so many different ways. But they're both amazing, and they're both in a great system to help them excel.
Yeah. All right. Number 9 on my list is Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to do my 8 as well because number 8 is Brandon Ayuk. So my 9 and 8, 9, I got Cooper Kupp. I just feel like Josh had him way too low, and I like Cooper Kupp in the top 10. I'm not going to put him that low yet. Now I have Brandon Ayuk at 8. He's a fucking beast, and that lucky-ass catch was one of the most beautiful things that I have ever seen versus the Detroit Lions. That was fucking awesome. That just San Francisco offense is so crazy to me.
That game was such a blur for me because I had just gotten home. I had just gotten home from that game, and I saw the Lions had the lead. We turned on. We did the game. We streamed the game on here, and it was a Ravens therapy session / watching the Lions choke it away. And that Ayuk catch was the moment in the game where we're like, okay, shit, like let's focus on what's going on. This is getting kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because we were so focused on like, I cannot believe we just lost. Also, while we're on the topic, seeing the Chiefs get their Super Bowl rings last night was physically painful. Oh.
And you see they fucked up the bottom of it.
Jack had a great tweet about it. He was like, Mike McDaniel's already using that as motivation for his team next year.
Yeah, he did. They fucked up. How do you fuck that up, dude? How can you fuck that up? A Super Bowl ring?
That said, it's still a really cool ring. Like, I don't think it ruins it.
Yeah, but it's still just it's a funny thing to have on there now.
Yeah, it is. I'm telling you, God, every time I see something about the Chiefs winning last year, it's like, damn, it should have been us.
Yeah.
Did you adjust for Amon-Ra? Because that's the only thing I can think of. Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Huh. Right.
I think it's fine unless I fucked up something, which I don't think I did. I think it's fine. So just list. If you name somebody that I don't have, I'm leaving the studio and the show's over.
All right. Well, number 8 is a guy that I feel like if there's any player, every year there's a couple of guys that I rank. You have to put high because of what they've done in the past, but you feel like the fall off is about to happen. And I feel like that is exactly the case for number 8 on my list, Stephon Diggs. Where is that the guy? Yep. That's who we forgot. I knew we forgot someone because I was looking at it and it was like, there's no way.
I knew. Listen. So I had him on there, and then I thought of the idea to troll.
Oh, with
with
Amon-Ra?
Amon-Ra. So then I deleted him to move him. That makes perfect sense. That exactly explains why. Wait. Then what the
Would
fuck?
he
I
be
went
in-
over it, yeah.
Would he be higher than number 8?
I had him at, where did I have him? I think I had him at 7 or 8. So I'm gonna throw him at 8 too. I had him at either 7 or 8.
So you'll move Ayuk to 7?
No, I'm moving Ayuk to 9.
Oh, so it knocks T. Higgins out of your list.
Yes, that's where we're at right now.
That's crazy.
That's where we're at right now.
So we have the same rate of takes. Honestly, this
Yes,
is a ranking.
yes, I did say that earlier in the show. I do remember saying that as well.
This is a ranking that he deserves to be number 8 for now, but I do not think he will be this time next year. If you watch the way he played last season from week 7 on, Khalil Shakir was the number 1 receiver in that offense, not Stephon Diggs. And Diggs had the same amount of targets. He was not producing, and he was getting the ball just as much. At least they were trying to. He fell off a cliff in the middle of last season, and it was not injury related, at least not that we know of.
Yeah.
Unless if I'm just remembering wrong and he did get hurt. But I'm telling you, I'm not sure that Stephon Diggs is going to have that great of a year. Like, I'm not saying he's not going to be on the top 30 this time next year, but I think he'll be in the mid-20s next year. I really do.
All right. My 7 on my list is A.J. Brown.
Okay.
A.J. Brown. Okay. I feel like that's a good 7 on here. I mean, dude, it's just, he's so mechanical. I don't like watching A.J. Brown play because he does his job, but he's just so fucking mechanical. Like, I like watching, I said earlier, I like watching Devontae Smith play 10 times more. 10 times more. He's so much more fun. Like, A.J. Brown just does his job and goes home.
He's great after the catch.
He's good after the catch, but I feel like he just does his job. He goes home. And it's just not a lot of fun.
This is a in the year 2024 ranking. There are so many good receivers. And these top 7 are all so good.
Mm.
Where this feels so wrong. And he should be higher, especially considering you of all people have him higher than I do. And that is Devontae Adams.
Oh, yeah. No, I have him higher 100%.
Like, that to me, it feels wrong putting him here.
Yeah.
There are so many elite receivers, like really elite receivers, where I can't even make an argument as to why Devontae is 7. It's more of why the 6 guys I think deserve to be higher.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like he's fallen off. He hasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, is he the best receiver in football still? No. But honestly, it's not really because of him. It's because these 6 players are playing at a higher level than he did at his peak. Sure. Very true.
But okay. Number 6 for me on my list. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
We are in agreement.
We are?
Yes.
I hate to put him there because he's actually not that good, but I didn't want to piss off like Francis and them. I already told him once. He sucks balls. He's a Amon-Ra St. Mid. Give me DJ Moore. Give me Keenan Allen. Give me Roma Dunze. Give me Velus Jones Jr. over him.
Same exact thing I said about Devontae. Amon-Ra at 6 feels too low. It really does. And it's more of the 5 guys ahead of him. You can hate on him all you want. This dude is a monster. A monster of a player. And he is one of the best receivers in the NFL in the quick game. And yet he still is so good. And like he's just there's nothing that he's bad at. There really isn't.
Mhm.
And I don't know. It feels too low, and it's just more of the 5 guys I just need to have ahead of him.
Okay. All right. My 5 is you just mentioned him, Devontae Adams.
Okay.
Hey, it's so good, dude. The only reason why his production's been down is because he went to fucking the Raiders. I'm just happy that he's not in Green Bay because that sucked. That sucked a lot, and I hated him when he was in Green Bay. But now I don't mind the guy. I enjoy watching him from time to time.
You know who that is with me? Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Baker
Basically.
Mayfield. Hated the man. Now that he's out of the division, I'm a fan.
Yeah, I like him. I like watching him from time to time. I was so happy the day he left Green Bay, dude. Best day ever. It was awesome. On St. Patrick's Day. It was great. Yeah. All right. Who's your 5?
First of all, we are in agreement. I mean, the order might be different, but the top 4 to me are clearly the 4 best. Number 5, though, is AJ Brown.
Oh, you got AJ 5. Okay.
You remember the way he started the year last year?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
Before Philly fell off,
Yeah.
he was
Ridiculous.
not just on a run, he was on a historic run.
Yeah.
He was playing historically good football over a 7 or 8 game stretch.
Yeah.
And then he did what the whole team did, and that was fall off.
Yep.
But the way he was playing
The Eagles
halfway through
downfall,
the year
bro. The
was
Eagles downfall.
unbelievable how good he was playing.
Yeah. For sure.
The top
Sweet.
4, though, are the top 4.
Top 4. Number 4, I have my boy who I fucking love. I wish I could put him higher as CeeDee Lamb. I fucking love CeeDee Lamb, man. He is so damn good. It's unreal. He was so fun to watch in Dallas this year, and I had him on my fantasy team, and he won me so many games. It was ridiculous. He was like the sole reason. I had him and DK. You remember?
Me in fantasy.
Do you remember that Thursday nighter in Dallas? I had him and DK
Seattle
starting and Dak. I had 100 points on the first night. And it was just over. Like literally the win percentage was 99-1. It was the best night ever for fantasy.
Yeah.
It was great. But yeah, shout out to CeeDee Lamb. I fucking love him.
Yeah, he got me out in fantasy too this year.
Yeah.
Actually gonna say something. I don't know if I've ever said it. Because for a long time, my least favorite player was Ben Roethlisberger. Always. I've been thinking.
Oh, I know what he's gonna say.
Who's the player that now owns the title, now that Ben is gone, of my least favorite player in the league? And the answer is either him or his quarterback. But I think it might be him. It's Jamar Chase. I hate that man.
Yeah.
First of all, he has inherited the AJ Green gene of being a Raven killer. AJ Green.
Yes, I'm so pissed about it. It's so dumb.
AJ Green tore us up. Jamar Chase has inherited that gene.
Yeah.
Where actually, except for last year. Last year we shut his ass down twice. Shout out Brandon Stevens. Criminally underrated, by the way. People don't even know who Brandon Stevens is, and he was great for us last year as a corner. Entering a contract year too. Big year coming up for him. But Jamar Chase is so good, and having to play him twice a year sucks so bad. Because he is amazing.
Yeah, I bet that blows.
He is actually, it's the same thing with Jefferson, where like everyone loves Jefferson. I'm sure you hate him.
Yeah, no, I do not.
It's the same thing with Chase, where it's like,
I think he's a major scumbag.
Really? Jefferson? I don't have that feeling about Chase, but it's just like, I have to listen, especially when they went to the Super Bowl, about how likable Burrow and Chase were, and the whole time I was like, I fucking hate you both so much.
Yeah.
But man, you can't deny how good he is.
Yeah. All right. Number 3 on my list is the guy who you were just talking about, and that's Jamar Chase. And I think that we're going to do a swap because your number 3 is definitely CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. You basically cover all the bases. I mean, he's a likable guy, really likable guy. He's a likable guy, you know. He goes in there, he gets the fucking work. Him and Joe Burrow are very fun to watch, like extremely fun, like the most fun and likable and loving team in the NFL. They're so.
What I hate is that that's like not wrong. What's annoying is that you're not wrong. They are both so likable, which makes me hate them even more.
Yeah.
Like, they're so likable, I hate them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why you're in my division? Why can't you make it easier for me to root against you? I do it, but it comes from a place of like, I hate how likable you are. That's my angle now with those two.
Basically, man. All right. My number 2.
Hold up. Oh yeah, never mind.
You already talked about
Yep.
CD. Yeah. Number 2, I think that we both agree. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I don't think we're going to be in agreement.
Huh?
Who's your number 2?
Tyreek Hill.
Mine's Justin Jefferson.
Are you kidding me?
First of all, very close. I think I'm not gonna.
I like that a lot, Joshua.
It is, to me, dead even. I'm not gonna argue either side.
Okay.
I will not argue either side. But for me, I'm gonna go Tyreek Hill. Well, actually, I will argue, but it's like I think it's gonna be. You can go either way. I'm not gonna think it's crazy.
Well, my number 1 is Justin Jefferson. Yes.
Tyreek's ability. I'll tell you what it is. There is a part of Tyreek Hill's game that, in my opinion, is the best a wide receiver has ever been in the history of the NFL, and that is his game breaking. When Tyreek, like his speed, explosiveness is maybe the best the NFL has ever seen. As good as Jefferson is, that ability that Tyreek has, I think sets him apart. And you are like just really nitpicking because they're both so good at everything. But there is no part of Jefferson's game that is as good as Hill is at speed. That's more of what it is.
Yeah. My number 1, Justin Jefferson. I think that he's pretty undisputed the best wide receiver in football. I think that's pretty undisputed. Even though I fucking hate it because he's such an asshole. It's not even funny. He's just like the only person more disrespectful than him in the NFC North is Jair Alexander. That's it. Like he is such a tool. It's not.
Well, actually, yeah. Here, now I'll ask you because it was always Aaron Rodgers. For you, who now does have the title of your least favorite? Is it Jair? Because I feel like you hate Jair.
It might be Jair. I don't know. I'd have to put some thought into it. You see, I was hoping that the Packers drafted what's his name, running back out of Michigan. I'm blanking.
Corum?
Yes, I was praying because that would be simple because I fucking hate Michigan too. But it might be Jair. I mean, dude, he's just a douchebag. Like, there's no point in feeding into it though. Like, I just expect it. Like, Aaron Rodgers was just an asshole who killed us, and it was horrible. But you know, Jair, he's not. I don't even like Jair that much. He's just a douchebag. Like, it's nothing. And I mean, whenever anybody talks shit about him, just pull up the video of N'Keal Harry mossing him. And that's all the defense there is. I'd put Justin Jefferson up there. You know, right now is a weird time. I don't hate anybody genuinely in the NFC.
Yeah, actually, it's the same. Well, Chase and Burrow. What's weird is like TJ Watt is a guy that I've always hated, but it's not to the level of Burrow and Chase. But I do not like TJ Watt.
Well, I think that I know the rest of the NFC North who they hate the most now.
You really think it's Caleb already?
And it's right here.
You think that Caleb? All right, NFC North fans.
No one likes him.
NFC North fans, would you say that Caleb Williams has already earned that title for you guys?
No, I wouldn't say most hated, but he's up there. I wouldn't say most hated, but he is up there.
Okay, up there I can give you.
He is up there for sure.
I could give you up there, but
he hasn't even played a damn snap yet, and he's up there.
Wow.
Like, dude, the hate that I see is ridiculous about him. Yeah. Every day, my Twitter is just all like Packers, Vikings, Lions fans talking about Caleb. But I feel like Jair is like Jair is like up there for the number one spot, besides Packers fans, obviously.
Interesting.
Yeah. He's just a douchebag, though. Like, there's no point in feeding into it. And he doesn't even like Green Bay. He doesn't even like it there. He threatens to leave every chance that he gets. That's the most ironic part.
Okay. Chat, because Jack is not here.
We had a lot of similars today.
This is our lists. Chat, what are we thinking?
I'm taking mine just because you didn't put
obviously
Justin Jefferson number one.
Why wouldn't you take yours?
Because I feel like it, okay? What if I did?
No, I'm saying, why wouldn't you take yours? Like, I'm always going to take mine over yours. You would.
Yeah, but what if I went, wow, Josh, your list was really good.
Burns.
Fuck yeah, baby! Winner, chicken dinner.
You haven't got. This would be the first one. I feel like I've gotten more.
You owe me a chicken dinner tonight.
I feel like I've gotten more of the chat vote in the last 3. This one, wow.
I'm Himmy, dude.
Really?
I'm Himmy. Yeah.
That's
Thank you, boys.
You know what we're gonna do? And I think we should do this from now on. I'm gonna screenshot this and put it on our Instagram story that we use all the time. Follow us at Burns and Berman on Instagram. And I'm straight to make a poll. Whose is better?
What Lions player do I hate the most? Shit. Amon-Ra, that's such an easy answer. I think that Hutch is such a dirtbag, too. I don't like him.
By the way, Deshaun Watson, I forgot to mention him. Obviously, don't like him at all.
Who do I know?
Just other AFC North guys.
I still like David Montgomery a lot. He hasn't talked any shit ever about Chicago.
Yeah.
He's a good fucking dude.
You know who else? Patrick Queen is climbing up his
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with Hutch. I think that you could tell from if you hear him talk, you could tell.
That was what I was planning.
He has very much rich kid syndrome. Very much so. Like I could
That's what I was planning. I'm not gonna put either of our names.
Yeah, but I'd say Hutch probably up there. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us here. Long show today, ladies and gentlemen. Long show. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. We're gonna be back next Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Earlier, yeah. Hour earlier.
Hour earlier than usual. We'll be on here. We'll be yapping. We'll be yuppie. Per usual. And we'll have a good time. So come and join. Thank you guys so much. That'll be episode 99. And then
that'll be it for the week. And then the Monday after will be episode 100.
You'll be hitting 100, which is crazy. 100 episodes is wild. So thank you guys so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. And we'll see you on Monday. Bye, everyone.